In a previous video, I explained how to use the colour replacement brush in Affinity Photo to change the colour of this beach hut. The only problem with that method was that it was a destructive edit. If we want to change the colour a second time, we need to paint over the area again with the brush. Let's turn off that layer because fortunately I can show you an even better method. All we need to do is add an HSL adjustment layer to the image. We can do that by clicking the adjustment icon at the bottom of the Layers Studio panel. When the HSL dialog opens, I can use the picker tool to sample the red stripe of the beach hut. After that, I can move the hue slider to change the colour of the beach hut's red stripes. And as well as changing the hue, I can also adjust the saturation and luminosity. What's great about this method is that it's non-destructive. I can carry on changing the HSL layer to produce different colours. But there's still one problem with this method. I can't use it to change the white boards of the beach hut, I can only change colours. If we want to change the colour of something that's white or grey, we need a different approach. Let's hide the HSL layer now because I want to show you another method. This time I'll add a fill layer from the layer menu. This is a layer that's filled with a solid colour. The advantage of using a fill layer is that we can continue to change the colour of the layer. All we need to do is double click the colour swatch at the bottom of the tools palette. We can then change the hue as well as the saturation and lightness. Next I'll use the pen tool to select the outline of the beach hut. I can then use the mask option to create a vector mask from the outline. This restricts the fill layer to only covering the beach hut. If I turn the fill layer on again, you can see that it's created a colour shape around the beach hut. Still with the fill layer selected, let's add a luminosity range mask now. This allows us to select where the fill layer is applied to the image. If I turn on the preview, you can see the mask as it's created. All I need to do is move the curve line to produce a selection. What I want to do is turn the red stripe of the hut to black whilst making the white stripes appear white. If you want to know how this works, I have another video and I'll include a link to that in the YouTube video description for this video. Now if I hide the mask preview, you can see that the fill layer is covering the white areas but not the red. This is looking better, but the adjustment still doesn't look totally convincing. That's because the fill layer is just a colour covering the beach hut. You can't see the texture and shade showing through. For that, we need to change the layer's blend mode from normal to something like vivid light. After that, we can continue to make changes to both the colour and luminosity range mask to improve the effect. Of course, how well this works depends on how good a selection you make of the subject. One of the advantages of using a vector mask like this is that you can continue to change it. If you want to know how to do that, watch this video next. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you found the video helpful. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and you'll also find more tutorials on my website. I hope to see you again soon for another video.